You talk about influencers. These are influencers, and they're friends of mine. Jack Posobiec. Where's Jack? Jack, who's done a great job.
Jack Posobiec, we are back live, Human Events Daily. We're here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're in the Charlie Kirk Studio. We're talking about leftist violence because we are currently in the largest wave of leftist violence since 2020. I want to bring on now Mike Davis from the Article 3 Project. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you, Jack, for having me on.
Of course. Look, Mike, I mean, I'll be blunt. We've seen the murder of Charlie Kirk, a shooting at an ABC station in Sacramento, California, after the short vacation that was given to Jimmy Kimmel. We have a deadly sniper shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas right now. There was another shooting at an ICE facility in the Fort Worth area back on the 4th of July, in very, very close proximity to today's shooting, to today's violence. We've seen, I'm running out of time in between these events. When are we, so that we have the Antifa designation from the Department of Justice, and we have that from the president, or excuse me, the president's executive order. Antifa has foreign ties. They have foreign cells. They have cells all over Europe. They went over for training in Syria. Could they be designated a foreign terrorist organization?
Yes, it's the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act of 1996. The Secretary of State consults with the Attorney General and the Secretary of the Treasury. And if you can show that you have a foreign organization that's committing these terrorist acts, you can designate them a foreign terrorist organization. And once they're designated as a foreign terrorist organization, you can go after any of their supporters for providing what's called material support under our federal anti-terrorism criminal statutes. You can also expel all foreigners, including people who came here even lawfully. You can expel them if they're working with a foreign terrorist organization, and you can cut off all this foreign terrorist organizations' funding. So if Antifa is getting foreign support, which there's evidence that exists, including in your book, Jack, then if that's the case, they should move forward and designate it a foreign terrorist organization. I would say this: we have to take off the gloves, and we need to go after this left-wing violence. There's not a both sides issue here. As you rightly point out, Jack, it is leftist, it is Democrats killing conservatives and Republicans, and they're being cheered on by Democrat politicians and other thought leaders, and it's unacceptable, and we need to start rounding up these violent criminals and putting them in prison.
It's really simple, and actually we've got a breaking clip here from the vice president who just commented on this. I'd like to play that now.
Law enforcement, because here's what happens. Because here's what happens when Democrats like Gavin Newsom did say that these people are part of an authoritarian government. When the left-wing media lies about what they're doing, when they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence. You don't have to agree with my immigration policies. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump's immigration policies. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
I love it. I love hearing that from the vice president, Mike Davis. And this is where it comes from. Look, we're getting what I used to call in the military, what we used to call command signal. The command signal is there. The president, the vice president. What are the next steps that need to be taken for a whole of government approach to this?
First of all, I want to say amen to Vice President JD Vance, because he is showing bold and fearless leadership here, which is much needed. President Trump has assembled a fantastic team across government with Tulsi, JD, Kash, Pam, Todd. There are so many good people who are working every day on this. Judge Janine Pirro, we need to start arresting these people under our federal criminal statutes. It is a federal felony to harbor illegal aliens under 8 USC section 1324. That includes housing them, providing them financial assistance, trying to hide them from arrest, from law enforcement. It's also a felony to obstruct federal law enforcement. It's also a felony to conspire to do either of those things. We have RICO statutes on the books that we use to take down organized crime. What Antifa and these anti-ICE groups are doing is organized crime. So in addition to making foreign terrorist organization designations, we have plenty of federal statutes on our books right now for assaulting federal law enforcement, destruction of federal property. We have weapons charges you can bring. You can bring charges for incendiary devices. There is no shortage of federal statutes that can be used, and I have full confidence in Attorney General Pam Bondi, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, FBI Director Kash Patel, Deputy Director Dan Bongino. There is a very good team in the Trump Justice Department, along with Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and her team, Tom Homan. They are going to move forward aggressively, taking down this organized violent crime on the left.
And it's obviously organized because what did we see last night in Portland? We saw in Portland there were violent riots by Antifa members. The Post Millennial had great reporting on this, Katie Daviscourt. And that was just last night at the federal facility actually it was Eugene, Oregon. And they were out there. They were arrested. But again, there is coordination. There are cells. There's organization. This is what I'm saying, that it's time. The mandate is there. The executive order is there. The statutes are there. What we're missing is the action. These things need to stop. Mike Davis has the way forward. Mike, we're coming up on a quick break. I want to hold you over because we need to dig more into this. It's time to stop the nationwide leftist violence spree. And I don't want to sit there and have everybody wringing their hands about the rules of engagement. We're in a fight, and we're going to win. We'll be right back. Jack Posobiec, Human Events Daily.